Thank you all for coming on to watch our school-wide Tropicana competition. This is a 4th through 6th grade competition, but we want everyone to view this so our younger ones can see what they have in store, and then everyone can really cheer on these students because they had a lot of guts to come up here and to write and to share something that they wrote personally, and just make sure we're all giving them the respect and congratulate them when you see them in the hall. Thank you.
A virtual school. Who knew that COVID-19 would destroy my first year of middle school? Last year, I was virtual because of COVID, but I never even knew I was doing virtual for my first year of middle school. I went to sleep that night thinking I can't wait to go back to school. My mom came into my room saying I was doing virtual. All that happiness went downhill from there because I never really liked virtual school. Virtual comes with its pros and cons. Let me explain the pros. In virtual school, you get to work at your own pace throughout the week, but you have to get your work done before the deadline. You will never have to leave your house or your family because you're right there with them and your schoolwork. Another thing I enjoy about virtual school is you can literally eat all day. You don't have to wait until lunch because you're not in the classroom. Also, if you haven't noticed, you can wear whatever you want, whenever you want to, even if it's yoga pants and a t-shirt. The cons. When you're working at home, it can be really distracting. Sadly, when you do school virtually, you don't get to see your teachers or friends other than on a Zoom meeting or FaceTime. You really have to manage your time wisely because you are the one responsible for what work you choose to do. But if you don't want to fail, you will get all your work done. You will have to pay attention to the Zoom meetings because it will later pop up on your big state test. In conclusion, virtual school is not everything I wish for it to be, but I can say it is better than sitting in a classroom 8 hours a day waiting to get out of school or risking yourself getting sick. When you're home working at your own pace until Friday, not really risking much, it really can't get much easier than that. I haven't really grew to love virtual school, but because it can be hard, all I can say is get your work done so you can have free time later to do whatever you want.
Have you met a scary shark before? Well, it's not the thresher shark. Thresher sharks have only attacked a human once. The attack happened because someone grabbed a thresher shark's tail. Thresher sharks are jumpers, slappers, and come in 3 sizes. Thresher sharks are known for the longest tail fin. The upper part of the tail can be up to 10 feet long on the common thresher shark. The speed of the tail can whip up to 80.7 miles per hour. Thresher sharks are also known for being 1 out of 10 sharks that can fully jump out of the water from head to tail. They swim no deeper than 1,600 feet deep. Thresher sharks mainly eat schools of fish, squid, and smaller fish. If these fish are not nearby, they'll have to fight for their dinner. They fight by slapping to stump the fish to eat, unlike other sharks such as the great white shark, who just chomp. There are 3 species. The pelagic thresher shark is the smallest one. It usually grows around 10 feet long. The big eye thresher shark is 11 to 13 feet. The pelagic thresher shark and the big eye thresher shark live in Central and Western Pacific Ocean. The common thresher shark is the largest species. The common thresher shark can grow about 19 to 20 feet long. The common thresher shark lives in the coast of North America and the North Pacific near Asia. You should remember, thresher sharks are jumpers, slappers, and have unique tails. Thresher sharks are endangered because of overfishing. Now, what shark has the longest tail? The thresher shark.
I can change the world. Do your feet hurt? Could you use a good massage? Do you have kids that don't like fruits or vegetables? Homeless people are everywhere, but they don't have everyday supplies. Well, I have an idea to change that. My ideas can make the world more comfortable, tastier, and better place to live. Do you stand around all day walking about? Well, I have an idea for shoes that massages your feet. The shoes will use solar technology and come with a rechargeable battery. As well, the shoes will be soothing and helpful for those with feet and back pain. I hate fruits, vegetables, and spicy food. If you are a picky eater like me, you may have heard the phrase that's not healthy all the time. So I have an idea for a magic food spray that can make everything taste like anything. It will come in a variety of flavors such as pizza, mac and cheese, ice cream, and even candy. You will be able to eat healthy foods, but with the fast food taste. There are millions of homeless people in the world. They don't have access to everyday things like clothing, food, warm, comfortable, and safety supplies. My idea is a free homeless store where people exchange service and goods for supplies. Other people will donate supplies and money to the store. All my ideas can help people no matter who they are or what to be able to, no matter who they are. I want to be able to erase people's pain, help parents like mine, and make life a little bit better for those that don't have. One day my idea will come to life. I will change the world. Broccoli that tastes like candy is just to start.
Okay, the moon howler. What is a wolf to you? A predator, a consumer, an enemy or ally? If so, you must not think so kindly of wolves, for you should know that their life can be as troubling as any human. People normally don't like wolves because of their sharp rows of teeth. Believe it or not, wolves only have 42 teeth. Now that may sound creepy, but compared to humans, it's only 10 more than our 32 teeth. Another thing about wolves have a thick coat of fur, so when it gets cold out, they will stay warm. Wolves come in all shapes and all sizes, such as the Arctic wolf, the gray wolf, and the Himalayan wolf. They all range to about 60 through 80 pounds depending on their gender. The cool thing about wolves are they hunt in packs. Smart to hunt in packs because the more wolves, the bigger game. If you think wolves are picky eaters, then there's something you should know. Normally, if you take looks for granted, you would assume that wolves are carnivores, meaning they eat other animals and tear limb from limb of little deers and rip the flesh of gazelles, snacking on them like they're corn on the cob. Well, it's a half and half kind of situation. Yes, wolves are carnivores, but they prefer to feast on smaller animals such as beavers, rodents, and hares. Since I just told you about their diet, I might as well tell you about where certain wolves live. Gray wolves live in mostly warm climates, like the desert, tundra, and the forest, and will sometimes sleep in caves or on ridges. That's one of the reasons why you may see them howl at the moon. The next thing I'm going to explain is how they communicate. Wolves bark, whimper, and howl. All of these are how they talk to each other in case of danger or an emergency. The last thing I'll say to you about wolves that you probably didn't know, wolves are born both deaf and blind, matching the size of a can of soda. What they mainly do while they are young is drink milk from their mother, and about after 8 weeks, wolves are believed to be old enough to take care of themselves. The mother takes them to a rendezvous site after they leave the den, where they will grow up to be brave and enter adulthood. So now that I'm finished reading this to you, maybe you won't be so critical about wolves, and maybe you'll find that they're ways like you, in ways you can't imagine.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to have a built-in best friend? Maybe have some walking around that has the same face as you. What about playing tricks on other people? Well, you're in luck. My name is Uriah, and I just so happen to be a twin. In my speech, I'll be going over some positives, negatives, and some fun facts about twins. I would like to think of myself as an expert on this topic. Hope you learned something new after hearing this. First, let's talk about some positive things about twins. Twins come with a built-in best friend. We are with each other from being in mommy's belly until now. When you're having a bad day, my twin is able to cheer me up, make me feel better, and comfort me. She knows me best. Twins always have someone to play with and talk to. I never feel alone. Now let's talk about some negative things about being a twin. Here's a nightmare, I guess. Being with you around your twin all the time can be a lot. Sometimes we fight and argue about everything. We share a room, a bathroom, the backseat, toys, everything. A lot of people see us as one person, but we are individuals. I like my space and my time, but it isn't easy being a twin and having to share it with someone else. A lot of people don't know very much about twins. Twins are so rare that when people see us, they stare and smile, but in a good way. 1 in every 250 births are twins. There are 2 kinds of twins, identical and fraternal. Me and my sister are identical. That means we share 1 egg and split into 2 eggs that we have the same genetic information. Fraternal twins are when you have 2 eggs that share the belly at one time. In conclusion, twins can be a dream come true or a nightmare. Some positives are that we come with a built-in best friend. We are never alone and always have someone to play with. Some negatives are that we have to share everything, which can be annoying and can make us argue, then we end up getting in trouble. Some fun facts that I talked about were the 2 types of twins, fraternal and identical. Next time you see a set of twins, instead of staring, say hi and introduce yourself. We are really nice and love to make new friends.
Lucky for Miss USA. She's beautiful, she's great, she's Miss United States, is what Clucky always wanted to be. Sadly, Clucky is a chicken. My pet chicken is fat every year. The Miss USA pageant comes around every year and goes poor Clucky, never gets her chance to shine. So I'm here on Clucky's behalf to explain why Clucky should be Miss USA or at least represent Florida. Clucky is a beautiful Rhode Island red. She stands at 1 feet and 2 inches tall, red feathers and long scaly legs. She enjoys pina coladas and getting caught in mud and rain. Then she smells like doo-doo. Then why all of a sudden Clucky thinks it's funny? It's not funny. Some of her favorite foods are worms and chicken scratch. Clucky is a fun, energetic, loyal, and caring and heartwarming companion. Clucky is the most talented chicken I know. She can sing and dance and is a total drama queen. For the talent part of the pageant, Clucky would do a song and dance, probably from a Broadway play. First she would twirl this way, then she would twirl that way. Then she would burst into a song, bog, bog, bog. Then she would stay in the audience and ensnare the judges with her extraordinary talents in song and dance. If you gave Clucky one wish, she would say bye-bye, bye-bye, which summates to a world peace. Unlike those other blonde contestants, Clucky is concerned about the hunger problems in third world countries and wants to teach all children how to read and write. She would also like to find homes for the homeless and jobs for the unemployed, as well as help her fellow animal kind. Clucky and I believe that every living thing has a place in this world, from the smallest ant to the largest whale. The end.
Nobody wants to be rushed to the hospital because they had a sudden heart attack or a stroke. You're probably wondering what I'm talking about. I'm talking about cancer. Cancer is a non-spreadable disease caused when cells divide uncontrollably and spread into surrounding tissues. There are various types of cancer you can be diagnosed with. If your doctor diagnoses you with cancer, you'll most likely be referred to a specialist, such as an oncologist or a hematologist. The different types of cancer are lymphoma, leukemia, lung cancer, bladder cancer, prostate cancer, and many more. In 2021, an estimated 1,898,160 new cases of cancer will be diagnosed in the United States, and 608,570 people will die from the disease. There are many ways to prevent getting cancer. Some of the ways to prevent getting cancer are screening tests, vaccines, healthy eating, exercising, and avoid consuming tobacco. Cancer does not just cause harm to your health, but it can affect your emotional health of yourself, your caregiver, and your family. Common feelings can be anxiety, distress, and depression. Cancer does not just affect one person, it can affect anyone, from a newborn to a 90-year-old. I have had my own experiences with cancer. My uncle, who was like a father to me, passed away at 60 years old from cancer after a 15-year battle. He had oropharyngeal cancer, and he was in remission after 12 years, and it came back in 2017. He constantly went to the hospital and was treated with the best care. There are many hospitals that you can go to get help from the best doctors and scientists. Some of these hospitals are St. Jude Research Hospital, University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center, and Cancer Treatment Centers of America. Now that you know what cancer can do to you and others, we all need to do our part and take care of ourselves. Remember to exercise often, eat healthy, avoid consuming tobacco, and check up with your doctor frequently. As soon as you notice something abnormal or you do not feel well, schedule an immediate doctor's appointment. Finally, when you're of age, make sure you get a colonoscopy and a blood test. Take care of yourself.
Imagine doing something that could change the world and nobody made it seem like a big deal. Imagine making a mistake and then getting all your freedom taken away while people just stood there not helping you. Sadly, these things have happened to many historical figures that nobody knows about. Have you ever heard the names Alexander Hamilton or Catherine Parr? If not, these are two of 17 very important people. You're probably wondering, if many people do not know about them, how do I? Well, I am here to tell you how I found out about these great people and the reasons I think everyone should know about them. Don't you ever get bored of hearing the same stories every time, such as Pocahontas? To me, it gets kind of annoying. It's like we'll hear that story forever and ever and ever and, well, you get it. So you can thank me later after I tell you these fun historical facts. Let's start off with Alexander. I think it is important to learn about him because he is our forgotten founding father. He was a lawyer, politician, legal scholar, military commander, banker, and economist. Alexander was against slavery and died in the most famous duel in America, also having 8 children. Also, Alexander's wife Elizabeth made the first private orphanage in New York. Lucky for us, it still stands to this day. I think it is important for people to learn about Catherine Parr because she is one of the queens of England and one of the ex-wives of King Henry VIII. And if you ask me, nothing about him screams king to me, but that's off topic. Unlike these 5 other queens, Catherine did not care for her love life. In fact, she was an author who educated women to help them start their own scriptures and was the queen to survive living with Henry. One of the queens, Anne of Cleves, did not have a long relationship with Henry after he says she tricked him for not looking like her painting. And now for the answer you've all wanted. How do I know these people? Well, the masterminds behind it all are Lin-Manuel Miranda and Toby Marlowe. Lin is known for his play Hamilton, while Toby is known for his play Six, which is how I know about these figures.
Although the answer to why people don't know about these 17 figures is unknown, I want to help encourage others to learn about Hamilton and 6. So even if it means not winning this competition, I will always tell their stories to many others, but for now, I guess it's just lost in history.